All right, and the next problem we have the cost of peanuts varies directly. This is another slope problem, and what's nice about these varies directly problems is that we know that the information will go through the origin, so we only need y over x to find that rate of change. Okay, and we can use that to find out more information about another term. All right, so we know that 3 pounds costs $6.30. We want to know what the cost of 4.5 pounds is. Okay, so we want to know the cost per pound, essentially. So we are going to take the $6.30 and divide that by 3. Okay, so I'm going to get out my calculator, and I'm going to do 630 divided by 3, and that's $2.10 per pound. So, if we know that, then 4.5 pounds will cost, so I just multiply my 210 by the 4.5 pounds, and I get $9.45 will be the cost of 4.5 pounds. Okay, so the key here is to use the given information, the 3 pounds for 630. Remember, we're looking cost per pound, so per means divide. So pounds are on the bottom. We make that division, get our cost per pound, and then we can multiply that by our new number. All right? All right, number 5. What are the slope and y-intercept for the graph? When they're asking for the slope and the y-intercept, they want it in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. All right? This is not quite solved for y yet. This minus 3x is on the same side as the y. We want to move that over here and write this equation in the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides, and I get y equals 3x minus 1. Notice that 1 was negative, and it's still negative. My 3x is positive, and it's still positive. So I know that the slope is 3, and the y-intercept, the b value, is negative 1. Okay? All right, so now we have this problem. What is the equation in the slope-intercept form for the graph shown? It may look like there's a lot of work that we need here, but really there isn't. We just have to identify the y-intercept, which is where the line crosses the y-axis. That happens to be at 1, so I know b is 1. And the slope, I already know is negative because it's going in this downward direction. Okay? And then from this point, the rise is 2 over 1. So this slope is negative 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2, and we know it's negative because of the slope is going down in this direction. So I know my m is negative 2. Okay? I just fill in my equation. Y equals negative 2x plus 1. Number 7, what are the x and y intercepts for the graph of 4x minus 3y equals negative 12? What we're going to do for this one is remember that to find the x-intercept, we plug in 0 for y, which wipes the negative 3y out. It's gone. 3 times 0 is 0, so I have none of this left, so I essentially get 2 problems here. 4x equals negative 12. I divide by 4, and I get x equals negative 3. And then on the other side, for the y-intercept, I plug in 0 for x, and that wipes that out. And I have negative 3y equals 12. I divide by negative 3, and I get y equals negative 4. Okay? How do I know which one's which? The equation tells me x equals negative 3 is the x-intercept, and y equals negative 4 is the y-intercept. All right? So again, we plugged in 0 for y, so we got rid of the y essentially to get the x, and then we got rid of the x to get the y. All right, let's take a look at number 8. At a store, rulers are sold individually. The cost y of x rulers is represented by the equation y equals 0.95x. The cost of rulers at store B are shown in the table. So we know that in store A, the rulers cost 95 cents per ruler. Okay? And now we want to look at what is the cost at store B. So we're going to divide these, the cost per ruler, and see what we're getting for a price. All right, so that's again going to be a calculator problem. 460 divided by 5 is 92 cents. I just want to make sure that value holds out. 920 divided by 10 is also 92 cents. I'm going to check one more just to make sure. 380 divided by, or 1380 divided by 15 is 92 cents. So store B, this is the information they've given us. Their rulers are 92 cents. Okay? The rulers at store A are 95, so store B has the cheaper ruler. Oh, actually, I think we have a multiple choice for this. Which of the following statements is true? The rulers at store A cost more. That's true. The rulers at store A cost 90 cents. That's not true. The rulers at store B cost 90 cents. That's also not true. And the rulers at store B cost more. No, they do not. They cost 92 cents. So we are looking at F for the answer there. All right, let's take a look at the last page here. Number 9, David is having a birthday party at the water park. The park charges $150 plus $10 per guest. The total cost of the party, Y, can be represented by the equation y equals 10x plus 150. What does the slope represent? So the slope is this 10 right here, and that represents the cost per guest. Okay? And if they asked you what the 150 or the y-intercept represents, that's the initial cost. So you go to this water park, and you just have to pay $150 to have the privilege of having a birthday party there, and then all your guests pay $10 each. All right. Write an equation in point-slope form that passes through 3, negative 1, and has a slope of 2. So this is a straightforward point-slope problem. And the good news is it only asks us for point-slope. We do not have to put this one into slope-intercept form. So the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'm just filling in the y1, the x1, and the m. All right? So I have x, y, and m. So I'm going to fill those in. And the trick here is the y value is negative, so that's going to end up changing this sign when we write it. Okay? So that gives me y, and again, minus negative 1 equals 2, the slope, times x minus 3. All right? And to finish that off, realize that this actually means addition. Subtracting a negative means addition. And if you can jump right to there in your first step, that is fine with me. Okay? All right. Number 11. Xavier has 20 more than Sarah. The combined money total is 90. Write a system of equations that represents this situation. So we just have to write the situation. So Xavier has 20 more than Sarah. So he has more than Sarah. So I'm going to write that as x equals, x for Xavier, and I'm going to write the letter S so I remember which one's which, and that's S plus 20. All right? Their combined money totals, $90. So to me that's going to be x plus S equals 90. All right? And if they asked us to do it, we'd solve it. But they're not asking us to do that, so let's not worry about it. All right. 12. What is the solution to the system of equations shown? I actually like this problem. It's super easy because you just have to understand what we're looking for in a system of equations. We are looking for that intersection point. So if you get one of these on the test the next time we see each other, we're looking for this. And that point is negative 1, negative 2. 1, 2, negative 2. So that's like that. All right? Number 13. We're almost done. We have a system of equations. We have to find the solution. And both of these are equal to y, the x minus 4 and the negative 3x, which means we can set them equal to each other. Or I'm going to substitute that negative 3x for that y. So it's going to look like that. Okay? I am going to subtract x from both sides because I have an x term over here and an x term over here. If I move him over here, I'll almost be done solving it. And negative 3x minus x, I'm getting more negative, so negative 4x. I'm going to divide by negative 4. And that cancels out, and I get x equals negative 1. Actually, nope, that was negative to start. So it's x equals positive 1. All right. And then I'm going to plug that into this the second equation here. So y equals negative 3 times 1, which is negative 3. And because I just made that little mistake there, I wasn't sure if pen didn't mark it or I forgot to make that negative 4, I'm going to check my answer. So my solution is 1, negative 3, and I just want to make sure I'm correct. So if I plug in negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. So I did do something wrong here. Let's take a look. Oh, no. Let's see. So negative 3x, x minus 4, I should have, yep, subtracted x. That's good. Negative 4. Positive 1. Oh, that's my problem. 1 is x. So 1 minus 4 is negative 3, which is correct. So yes, I do have the right answer. Should probably show my work when I'm checking my work. All right, good. Now, 14, same problem. They both equal y, so I can set them equal to each other. 2x plus 5 equals x minus 10. I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and 2x minus x is x. I'm going to bring down my plus 5, and I'm going to set that equal to negative 10. This time I remember to bring down that negative. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, and I get x equals negative 15. If you are somebody that struggles adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers, just use your calculator here. Don't mess this up and put down 5 or negative 5. Take your time and make sure you get that number correct. I'm now going to plug that into the top equation. So y equals, and then x now is negative 15 minus 10, so I'm getting y equals negative 25. So my ordered pair, negative 15, negative 25. All right, and again, I'm going to give it a quick check. X is negative 15, minus 10 is negative 25. I'm going to check it here too. 2 times negative 15 is negative 30, plus 25 is negative 25. So yeah, we got it right. And now we're going to solve the last one by graphing. All right, great skill. You got to know how to do this before you leave 8th grade. We're going to plot the 3x plus 4 first. I'm going to plot the y-intercept first, the plus 4. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put a dot there. And it has a positive slope, which I know is in this general direction, and that slope is 3 over 1. Okay. I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. So I've covered the whole graph as best I can. And now I'm going to plot the x plus 2. So here's the x plus 2. It's also positive. It's a slope of 1. Down 1, back 1. So there is the intersection. Here's the 1 line. And here's the other line. Oop, kind of missed. There we go. And they intersect right there. And again, that point is negative 1, so we write our x first. And then positive 1 is our intersection. That's where they intersect. So I hope this review helps, and I will see you guys next time.